Reason number 1, creative block. This is a result of only working when you're feeling inspired, and then when you don't feel inspired, you won't make anything. I personally think inspiration is overrated. I think you can't rely on it. Amateur thing to do is to only sit down and create when you're feeling inspired. I think it plays a big role in making music and getting you to sit down and make music. But when it's unreliable, you just are sitting there waiting, and I don't like waiting. I found that when I would sit down and just make stuff without even being inspired, I would just force myself to make something to get something done, is when I would come out of those sessions and be like, wow, I actually really like this, even though I hated it when I started it. Have a clear goal and focus. Put your phone on silent and really sit down and say, hey, I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish a full song, even if it sucks. Take the pressure off. By doing that, you're able to practice the routine of sitting down and being creative. And then when you get those overwhelming blocks, you kind of know that it's just temporary and that you just gotta push through. So yeah. Reason number 2, perfectionism. This is also a hard one. A lot of times when I would sit down to write music, what I would be making would not be up to the standard of what I would be listening to and what I like. So that gap kept getting bigger the longer I would put it off. And the solution to that is to eliminate perfectionism. You just got to practice, get the reps in, and you'll slowly start raising that bar once you get the skills up. And then time will go by and you'll be like, wow, this song is pretty much on par with what I'm making, whether it's the mix, the songwriting. It's just a skill to be developed. It's not really this talent that people just have or don't. It's really like an athlete. You just got to show up every day and practice. There's no shortcut around that. You just got to practice. So the only way to do that is to eliminate perfectionism, and then I promise it'll get better. Reason number 3, self-doubt. This is also a big one that we all have. We all struggle with it. Man, I struggled with this for years, and this is just doubting yourself and saying, wow, I don't deserve to be a musician. I just completely suck. I just will never be good. And that kind of thinking really doesn't help anything. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't help you get better. It doesn't help you feel better about yourself. That's a hard one that you just have to acknowledge that you are doubting yourself, and to realize and to look at it and be like, hey, this isn't helpful. I'm just gonna keep pushing along anyway, because that's, I promise you, what all your favorite artists do. And number 4 is lack of motivation. This was another huge one for me, is I would sit down to write and I'd get really stoked. I'd get, oh, cool, that's a cool part. That's a cool beat, whatever. And then I would try to come up with a verse or a bridge, and I would just get... And then after about an hour of working on it, I would just be like, this sucks. I'm the worst. I'm bored. Let me pick up my phone and scroll or do whatever, look at gear. This is to put your phone away or on Do Not Disturb. I personally set a timer for how long I'm gonna be working, and don't stop until that timer goes off. Really just focus. That's the key, because there's so much in this day and age that just wants to distract you from whatever you're doing and take your attention away. Songwriting that just demands your full attention and creativity. It is so important to just focus in on that. Everything wants to take your dopamine, whether it's, many different things. I'm sure we all have our vices, but I personally quit drinking and my output of music went up 100 times, not even exaggerating. I went from finishing no music to a bunch, because in the evenings, instead of turning to drinking or whatever it is, I would just turn to making music. And that bar would become fun again, and I wouldn't get as demotivated and just want to reach for something else. Reason number 5 is technical challenges. Gear. This is a big one. I don't have enough gear. I don't have the whatever. Once I get my new guitar, once I get my new whatever, microphone, I don't know, and the conditions will be right to finish my music. And that's simply not true. I'm going to make a whole song with stock plugins just to prove that, because it is just not true. All you really need is your mind. Seriously. All the ideas are up here. They're not here. It's you. It's you showing up and you putting the ideas down. You want to minimize the time from when you get an idea to the time it's out on the page to just nothing. So make templates in whatever DAW you use. I use Ableton. Make sure everything is plugged in already, ready to go. Set up everything before you get in the zone. Any little distraction that pulls your attention away from the idea, and you're just gonna lose it. It can be gone in 2 seconds. I seriously hope these tips will help you finish more songs. And if you want to work with me one-on-one and I can help you finish your songs with you, click the link in the description. We can work together. Catch you on the next one.